Welcome to the Book Report, hosted by Tyler Booker, T-Book, University of Alabama, all SEC, All-America candidate. I'm AP Stedham, multimedia personality from LA, Lower Alabama. Hey, T-Book, New Haven in the house.
Yes, sir. How we doing, AP?
Hey, we're doing good, man. We're doing good. Say, T-Book, I saw number 52 Saturday night, and he had some unbelievable moves, and I'm talking about after the game. Some nice dance moves there, T-Book.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't dance too often, but whenever you beat a team like LSU at home, you got to celebrate a little extra.
Oh, yeah, man. I could tell your family was there. They really enjoyed it. They sat right there near the front row in the end zone, and the Alabama fans, they were so happy to beat LSU. As always, big rivalry. It's developed over the years. It's a very competitive team, similar type talent. But, T-Book, you made them look average that night, over 300 yards rushing. What was the key for you and the team?
Just playing to our level and not being worried about the external factors. Death Valley is a really tough place to play, but it's a tough place to play if you allow it to be a tough place to play. What I mean by that is if you go out there, you make mistakes, you make turnovers. If you give the fans a reason to be loud, they're going to be pretty loud. But I think we did a great job of not giving them that many reasons to get loud.
Yeah. T-Book, you had to contribute to the snap count. Is that right? The snapping of the ball.
I did. So in order to combat with the loud crowd noise, we decided to go on silent cadence. So I would look in between my legs. Jalen would pick his foot up. And then after Jalen picks his foot up, I would tap the center. And Parker, he would bob his head up and down and let the line know that he was ready. And then he would snap the ball right after that.
Yeah. I've seen people just actually turn to the left if they were the right guard, let's say, and actually look back every play. But yours was unique between your legs. That's cool.
Yeah, I try looking to my right as a level guard, and it just didn't work out. There would be some places where I could see him, some places I wouldn't. And then I just got my stance and I just looked between my legs. I was like, well, I can see his feet just fine right there.
Right. Oh yeah, for sure. That was great. Once again, I'm talking to the SEC co-offensive lineman of the week, T-Book. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Was this your best game? Go ahead, T-Book.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I'm just going to answer your question while I heard it. Yes, it was my best game. I think, yeah, for sure. And I expect this week against Mercer to be my best game. After this one, just like the game before this one, my best game was Missouri. I feel like every week I force myself to improve. I force myself to get better because complacency kills. Complacency it really just prevents you from being who you can really be at the end of the day. So I just really fight complacency every day. I avoid complacency in all facets of life. So while I'm very excited and honored to be recognized as SEC Offensive Lineman of the Week this week, I want to get that same honor the next week and the week after that. But I know I must do. I know I get that by performing to a high level. I'm gonna have to perform to a higher level next week.
T-Book, what do you do to motivate yourself when you're playing an opponent? Mercer, they're a college football team. Anybody can win the ball game, but subconsciously, maybe your teammates, you think about an opponent maybe not as being as strong. But I know that coaches try to prevent those things. Players, you're one of the team leaders. What do you do individually, and then what do you do to contribute to your teammates being ready and wanting to play the best game of their life because it's the next game?
Well, first and foremost, something that we say in the building, every opponent is nameless and faceless. And what we mean by that, we don't matter who you are, where you're from, what your record is, who's on your team. The only thing that matters is us. Like us playing to our standard, us playing to a high level. And the thing that the way I get motivated is I know that everybody has a certain amount of snaps in their career, and whenever I take a step on the football field, I'm going to make sure I'm giving it my all on every single snap because you never know what can happen. Your next snap could be your last. So I never want to take an opportunity to play football with my brothers for granted. And
Right.
something else that motivates me is that it's another opportunity to see how much I've improved during the week. Like I'm always I'm on the relentless pursuit of continuous improvement. I'm always trying to improve in all facets of my game, and I'm going to work on some things that I didn't do well in the game this past Saturday, and see if I corrected them this coming Saturday.
T-Book, do you have different music every game? For instance, what was last week's music?
So the music usually stays the same. It's just at different times and when I'm listening to certain music. So when I wake up in the morning, the first thing I'm going to listen to is like gospel music. Just spend some time with God, praise God. The first thing I do that every morning. And then as I get into the day, it depends. Like if it's an early game, 11 a.m. kickoff, I'm listening to my rap playlist. So that consists of Nas, Jadakiss, Jay-Z, DMX, 50 Cent, a lot of other very prominent rappers, prominent New York rappers. And then if it's a later game and I'm just walking around, probably listen to some old school music, some nice old school music. Like I like the Isleys a lot. Earth, Wind and Fire. Love Earth, Wind and Fire. Big Rick James fan, so something to calm me down. So wherever if I'm really hyped up, I try to calm myself down. Or if I'm not as hyped up, I try to hype myself up. It really just depends on the time of the day. So I just alternate between those two playlists.
Yeah, that's some good ones you mentioned. The Earth, Wind, and Fire, Ozzy Brother, Rick James. Those are all classic. You picked some good ones. I bet your dad or your mom, did your dad or your mom influence you on those?
For sure. Both of my parents. And it's funny because when I was growing up, I used to be like, man, I can't stand when they listen to this stuff. Now I'm listening to it. So it's funny how time works.
Oh my goodness, yeah, they were really excited to be there on Saturday night, and even though it was raining, nobody felt that rain at the end of the ball game when the score was on the right side. They were just thrilled to death. They were partying, and everybody had fun. But,
yeah, the rain is always a lot heavier after a loss.
Correct. Yeah, I hear you. Hey, T-Book, who do you watch sometime just to maybe you want to pull out a film, check somebody's technique, offensive lineman, or who's some of the people you like to watch through the years?
I like Trey Smith. That's somebody who I've been watching a lot recently, just the way he approaches the game of football. And I was actually able to meet him and hear him talk in person at an offensive line conference. And his mindset is very similar to mine as like I'm trying to dominate the man across from me every single play and lead, like give no mercy. Like every single play, I'm trying to dominate you. I'm trying to put you in the dirt. I'm trying to embarrass you every single time we're on the field. And those are some things that he said. And his tenacity on the field, his athleticism, his size and stature. We are a very similar size and stature. And you really want to watch guys who are of similar play styles and size to you because I would never go and try to do some things that, for example, like Lane Johnson does. Lane Johnson, I think he's about 3 inches taller than me. His arms are a lot longer than mine, and he's quicker than I am. So I wouldn't watch Lane Johnson's game and base my game off of that. Now I can take some things from his game and add it to my own because he's a great football player. But as far as like the base, like what I'm watching somebody, like I try to watch Trey Smith. I really like Trey Smith's game.
Oh, for sure. T-Book, what's your favorite pro team? You have a favorite pro team, or you just like watching the pro game in general?
I'm a Steelers fan. I grew up a Steelers fan. I haven't been able to catch any games this year because we actually lift on Sundays, and while we're lifting, the games are going on. So I haven't really been able to lock into the games yet. But I grew up a big Steelers fan, so it's gonna be tough. Whenever I get drafted, hopefully it's to them, but wherever I land, it's a blessing.
Oh, sure. How did you become a Steelers fan, T-Book?
So my uncle was actually on the practice squad for the Steelers the year that they won the Super Bowl in 2005. And my dad, he's a football fanatic, so that was a team. That was a family team when I was born. I was born in 2004. So,
wow, that was awesome. You have the stretch run here, Mercer coming up at home, Oklahoma on the road, Auburn at home. Did you ever take a visit to Oklahoma on a recruiting trip, or know anybody on the Oklahoma team, or been there before?
No, I don't have any relation with Oklahoma. I just know that it's a storied program. It's a great football program historically, and I'm very excited to go play at that venue. But I worry about Oklahoma when we get to that week. Right now, we're
Right.
worried about Mercer and dominating them at home.
For sure. Yeah. Oklahoma, they have similar type colors. I don't know if they call it crimson as well, but when you see them quickly, but if you don't see the helmet, you're saying, okay, is that Alabama? No, that's Oklahoma. But it's slightly different. See that OU on the helmet for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
T-Book, at this stage of the season, what are some things you like to tell the fans? You know, the fans are so interested in the University of Alabama players. And as you can tell, you've been at the hotels, and they just love circling around and watching you all get ready for the game and get on the bus. And, you know, what's something you might want to tell them right now at this juncture? Alabama's making that drive for the college football playoff.
Just keep supporting, keep being loud. Home or away, we hear you guys. Trust me, we hear you guys. We hear and feel your love and support. So just keep being loud and keep being us. Love y'all on the Roll Tide.
Hey, T-Book, you didn't happen to see that Tiger, did you, on the field the other night?
I didn't, but I heard him crying because we were beating up on him so bad.
Oh my! All right. Hey, T-Book, tell everybody about your website where they can find out about your merchandise and you as well.
Yes, you guys can learn more about me as a person and a football player on my website. It is IamTylerbooker.com. Once again, it is www.IamTylerbooker.com. Y'all go check it out.
Hey, what was the key last week, T-Book, your offensive line coach? Did he mention something about playing against LSU, something that really contributed to the victory?
That this game is won in the trenches, and this is Coach Cap's first season here, but he's no stranger to the rivalry of LSU and Alabama. He's watched it. It's always one of the biggest games of the year, so he's seen it. And he told us that this game is won in the trenches, and I was able to give some validity to that as well because I've been here. But it's the truth. Like, this game is won in the trenches. So the fact that we came out and did what we had to do, rush for 300 yards, is great. But there's a whole lot more room for improvement. But the way that we came out is we have to come out and play every week.
Hey, T-Book, thanks a lot for a great episode of the Book Report. And we'll be back next week. T-Book, Tyler Booker, and AP Stedham. We'll see you next week. Thank you so much. This is the Book Report.
Thank you. You have a good one. Roll Tide.